Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to fix when you're unable to launch lots of the Fallen game on your Windows computer or if you're facing crashing and freezing issue. Now the first step is to restart your computer. Do not ignore this step. This has worked for many players, so it might work for you. Simply restart your computer, and after the system restart, try launching the game. Now the next step is to run the game from the game installation folder. So go to the game installation folder, make a right click on the game, select manage, then click on browse local files. It will straight away take you to the game installation folder. Over here you can see the game exe file. Make a right click on the game exe file, select properties, and then go to this tab and then put a check on the box which says run this program as an administrator, and then click on apply, click on OK, and then make a double click and then try launching the game from here. If that does not work, make a right click once again, select properties, and again go to this same tab and then put a check on the box which says disable full screen optimization, and then click on apply, click on OK, make a double click, launch the game, and then check. If that does not work, make a right click, select properties, and then go to the same tab once again and then put a check on the box over here and then select Windows 8 and then click on apply, click on OK, make a double click, launch the game. If that does not work, this time try Windows 7 over here and then click on apply, click on OK, and then make a double click, launch the game. Still you're facing the problem, then open this LOTF2 folder and then open binaries folder, Win64 folder. Over here you can see the game exe file. Make a double click, launch the game. So do not make any changes over here, just simply make a double click, launch the game. If that does not work, then make a right click and then select properties and then go to this tab and then put a check on the box which says run this program as an administrator, then click on apply, click on OK, make a double click, launch the game. If that does not work, then select properties, again go to the same tab and then put a check on disable full screen optimization, then click on apply, click on OK, make a double click, launch the game. If that does not work, then put a check over here and then select Windows 8, then click on apply, click on OK, make a double click, launch the game. Still you're facing the problem, then this time select Windows 7 and then click on apply, click on OK, make a double click and launch the game. Still you're facing the problem, in that case you can uncheck all the boxes over here. If nothing is working after making these changes, still you're facing the problem, then uncheck all the boxes. Click on apply, click on OK, go back. Do the same thing with this exe file, make a right click, select properties, uncheck all the boxes. Click on apply, click on OK, and follow the next step. Now the next step is to uninstall and reinstall Easy Anti-Cheat. Now for this, make a right click on the game, select manage, then click on browse local files, and then here you can see uninstall anti-cheat option. Make a right click, then click on run as administrator, click on yes to allow, and once that is done, now make a right click on install anti-cheat and then run as administrator, click on yes to allow, and once that is done, now launch the game. Now the next step is to move the game to SSD. So this has worked for me. So if you have installed the game on mechanical drive HDD, then you can move the game folder to the SSD. To move the game to solid state drive, make a right click on the game, select properties, go to install files tab and then click on move install folder. Now if you have SSD over here, in my case it is already installed to C drive. So C drive is SSD in my case. So try install the game to C drive if that is a SSD, or if you have any external SSD, you can select your SSD over here and then click on move. And once the move is complete, now you can launch the game and then check. Next step is to try DX12 in launch option. So make a right click on the game, select properties, and in the launch option type in dash DX12 and then launch the game and then check. Still you're facing the problem, then remove this DX12 over here and then follow the next step. Now the next step is to update Windows to the latest version. Now this is very important. So type in WINVER WinVer in Windows search box and then click on WinVer run command. Now in my case, the latest version right now is 22H2. This is the latest version in Windows 11. In Windows 10 also you have this version 22H2. So type in WinVer and check, make sure that it is updated. It has the latest update. You can go to Windows settings and then click on Windows Update or Update in Security and then click on Check for Update. Once all the updates are installed over here, then restart your computer. After the updates are installed, then restart your computer, and after the system restart, launch the game. Now, if you face any kind of trouble in updating your Windows 10 or 11, in that case, you can use Media Creation tool to update your Windows 11 or Windows 10.
If you have Windows 10, copy this link. If you have Windows 11, copy this link. Windows 10 users, go to this website. Here you can see Media Creation tool. Click on Download tool now and then run this exe file. Then you will see the screen. Click on Accept. By default, upgrade this PC now would be selected. Click on Next. It will start downloading Windows 10 along with the latest update. Now this process will take some time. Now once the download is complete, before the installation, you will see this screen which says ready to install, and by default the option to keep personal files and app would be checked. When this is checked, you will not lose any data on the computer. So click on install, and once the installation is complete, log into your computer. Now for Windows 11 users, go to this website. Here also you will find Media Creation tool. Click on download now and then run this exe file. Click on yes to allow. Now this will load Windows 11 Media Creation tool. Now click on accept. By default, Windows 11 would be selected. Click on next. Select ISO file, then click on next. You can save the location. You can set the location as desktop and then click on save over here. Now once the download is complete, click on finish and then go to desktop, find Windows ISO file, make a double click on Windows ISO file, then run the setup file, make a double click on setup file, click on yes to allow. This will load Windows 11 now. And here you can see install Windows 11, click on next. It will check for update, then click on accept. Again, it will check for update. Now before the installation, you will see the screen which says ready to install, and by default the option to keep personal files and app would be checked. When this is checked, you will not lose any data on the computer. Click on install. After the installation, log into your computer.
Now the next step is to delete the save game files. Now to delete the save game file, open File Explorer. But let me inform you that once you delete the save game files, you will lose all the game progress and you have to start everything from scratch. So if you agree, then open File Explorer and then go to this PC, open C drive. Now open users folder. Now open your username folder. Now open app data folder. If you don't see app data over here, on the top click on view and then select show and then put a check on hidden items and you should be able to see app data. In Windows 10, somewhere over here you will find the view option. Click on view. Then somewhere over here you will find the hidden item box. Put a check on hidden items box and you should be able to see app data folder. Open app data folder. Open the local folder. Now over here you can see LOTF2 folder. Make a right click and then click on delete. Once this folder is deleted, now you can restart your computer. And after the system restart, launch the game, but you will lose all the game progress and you have to start everything from scratch. Now the next step is to make sure your graphic card is supported to play the game. So make sure that you have supported graphic card over here. So if I go to the website on Steam over here, the minimum requirement for graphic card is 6 GB VRAM and minimum is NVIDIA GTX 1060 AMD Radeon RX 590. So make sure that it at least has the minimum. This is the bare minimum, and if you have strong system, then that's good. So if a graphic card is not supported and if your computer is not supported, you will face the problem. Now the next step is to make sure discrete graphic card is enabled in device manager. Now for this, make a right click on the game, select device manager over here, and expand display adapters over here. Sometimes, by mistake, or sometimes this is disabled. So when you make a right click here, you can see the option which is disabled device. But in my case, this is enabled. That's why I see disabled device. So if this is disabled, you can make a right click and you will see enable device over here. So if this is disabled, make a right click, and then if you see enable device, do not disable it. This is the discrete graphic card. You never disable it. Make sure this is enabled. Now desktop users, make sure your monitor is connected with, like, your monitor display cable is connected to the graphic card slot. So on your tower, on the back or maybe in the front, it has a graphic card slot. So make sure that display cable, it may be HDMI display cable or DVI cable. So whichever display cable you're using to connect to the monitor from the tower, then make sure that display cable is connected to the graphic card slot. Sometimes it is connected to the motherboard slot, and motherboard slot has inbuilt graphic card. Like when you go to device manager over here, in my case I have dual graphic card, one is Intel, other is Nvidia. So this is when you connect the display cable to the motherboard slot, then it is connected to the inbuilt one. So make sure that your display cable is connected to Nvidia or AMD graphic card. You will find it maybe on the front or back of the tower. So connect your display cable to the graphic card slot instead of motherboard slot. Now the next step is to do a clean installation of your graphics card driving. Now if you have Nvidia card, go to Nvidia website. If you have AMD card, go to AMD website. I'm showing for Nvidia. So go to Nvidia website. Now over here, select your graphic card. Make sure that you select your product type. For me it's GeForce. Now select your right series over here. For me it's RTX 30 series notepad. If your notepad, select notepad. If your desktop, select desktop over here. Now select the right graphic card over here. So make sure that you select your graphic card over here. Now if you have Windows 10, select Windows 10. If you have Windows 11, select Windows 11, and then click on start search. And then the latest GeForce Game Ready driver right now is driver version 537.58. So you can click on get download and then click on download now. Now once the download is complete, run this exe file. Now once you run the exe file, you will see this screen. Click on agree and continue, and then put a check on the box which says custom, and then click on next. Now put a check on the box which says perform a clean installation, and then click on next. Now after the clean installation, once this process is complete, first of all it will uninstall the previous version, and then it will do a clean installation of the new version. And once this is complete, you can restart your computer and then launch the game. Now the next step is this is for laptop users with dual graphic card. Make sure that you run the game on dedicated graphic card. Now for this, type in graphics settings in Windows search box, and then click on graphics settings over here. Now over here you will see browse option, and desktop app should be selected over here. Now click on browse over here, and then go to the game installation folder. If the game is installed in C drive, open C drive, program file 686. Now open the Steam folder. Now open the Steam apps folder. Now open the common folder. Now open Lords of the Fallen folder, and then select the game exe file. Now click on add. Once the game is added, click on options, select high performance. Now click on save. Again click on browse, and then open this LOTF2 folder, binaries Win64. Select this exe file and then click on add. Now once the game is added, click on options, select high performance. Now click on save, and then launch the game. Now the next step is to allow the game exe file to your antivirus program. So if you have any third-party antivirus, like if you have Avast, Norton, Bitdefender, McAfee, Trend Micro, Komodo, whichever antivirus program you have, make sure that you allow the game exe file to your antivirus program. Now, if you're using Windows security, then open Windows settings and then go to privacy and security. If you have Windows 11, click on privacy and security. Now click on Windows security. Now if you have Windows 10, in Windows 10 you will have an option update and security. So Windows 10 users, click on update and security, then click on Windows security and then click on virus and threat protection. Scroll down, at the end you will see manage ransomware protection. Click on it. Now click on allow an app through control to folder access. Click on yes to allow and then click on add an allowed app. Now click on browse all apps. Now go to the game installation folder once again and then open the game folder. Now once you open the game folder, select this exe file. Now click on open. Again click on add an allowed app, browse all apps and then open this folder. Binaries Win64, select this exe file. Now click on open. Now type in control panel in Windows search box and then click on control panel. Now click on system and security, Windows Defender Firewall. Now click on allow an app or feature through Windows Defender Firewall. Click on change settings on the top, click on allow another app, click on browse and again go to the game installation folder and then open the game folder. Select the game exe file over here, click on open and click on add. Once it is added, again click on allow another app, browse and then open this folder, binaries Win64. Select this exe file, click on open, now click on add. Now once the game is added over here, now click on OK on the bottom and then launch the game. Now the next step is to verify the game files. Now for this, make a right click on the game, select properties and then go to the installed files tab and then click on verify integrity of game files. Once verification is complete, I'm not doing it, but once you do it, it will start the verification and once that is 100% complete, now you can launch the game. Next step is to disconnect multiple monitor. Try launching the game on single monitor. Disconnect additional controller connected to the computer. Unplug HOTAS, wheel, pedals, steering wheel and all that. If you have any kind of external devices which you are not using, disconnect it. If you have any kind of additional USB adapter connected, disconnect it. Disable Steam overlay. For this, make a right click on the game, select properties and then turn off this option which says enable the Steam overlay while in game. If this is on, turn it off. And also close all the overlay applications. So if you have overlay on in Discord, turn it off. If you have overlay on in GeForce Experience, turn it off. So close all the overlay application and then launch the game. Also close all the overclocking applications. So if you have MSI Afterburner or RiverTuner running, so any kind of, it's not only this overclocking application, if you have any kind of other overlay, any other overlay application running, close it and then launch the game. Also if you have these software running, close it. Now make sure only the Steam and the game is running or only the Epic Games Launcher and the game is running. The rest, close everything including all your browsers, all the background application, close it and then launch the game. Also if you have underbooted your computer, remove the underboot and then launch the game. Also perform clean boot. For this, type in system configuration in Windows search box and then click on system configuration. Go to the services tab and then put a check on the box which says hide all Microsoft services. Make sure that you put a check on the box which says hide all Microsoft services, then click on disable all, then click on apply, click on OK. You will see a restart option. Restart your computer and then launch the game. Next step is to increase the virtual memory. So to increase the virtual memory, type in view advanced system settings in Windows search box and then click on view advanced system settings and then click on the first settings and then go to advanced tab and then click on change over here and then select the drive. So uncheck the box which says automatically manage paging file size for all drives. Uncheck this box and select the drive where the game is installed. So select the drive and then once you select the right drive, now put a check on custom size and for initial size it's 1.5 into total RAM. So you can check the total RAM in Windows settings. You can go to system and then go to about, and total RAM in my case is 16 gigabyte. So you can calculate accordingly. In my case it's 16 GB, so I will calculate as per 16 GB. So, and first of all we have to convert 16 GB into megabyte. So we will open calculator. So type in calculator in run box and then click on OK, and over here it's 16 1.5 into total RAM. Total RAM in my case it's 16 RAM 16 GB. So 116 into 1024 is actually 1 GB is equal to 1024 megabyte. So 16 GB in megabyte will be 16384 into 1.5 into total RAM. This is my total RAM in megabyte. Now 1.5 into total RAM, that is into 1.5. So in my case initial size is 24576 and maximum size is 3 into total RAM. Now total RAM in my case that is 16 gigabyte. I have 16 gigabyte of RAM. So 16 into 1024, I have converted this in megabyte. Now that is 3 into total RAM. So total RAM is this much into 3, that is 49152. 49152. 4915152. Now click on set over here. Then click on OK. OK. Apply. OK. OK. Now restart computer. Make sure that you restart your computer after this. Now the next step is to install Visual C++ file. For this, copy this link. The link is provided in the video description. Open this link in a browser. It will take you to Microsoft website. Over here you can see Visual Studio 2015, 17, 19 and 22. Download x86 and download x64. Download both x86 and x64 and then run both the exe files. So click on it. Now if you see the repair option, click on repair. You might see the install option. So if you see install, click on install. If you see repair, click on repair. Click on yes to allow and then run the second file as well. Again, if you see the repair option, click on repair. If you see the install option, click on install. Click on yes to allow and let the installation complete. Make sure both the installation are complete. Now once both the installation are complete, you can restart your computer. You will see a restart option. Make sure that you restart your computer. I'm not restarting, but make sure that you restart your computer. Restart is a must. And after the system restart, you can launch the game and then check. Next step is to try window mode, turn off ray tracing, turn off VSync and lower down graphics settings. So if you are able to launch the game first. Now once you launch the game, go to settings and then go to display. Over here you can switch to window mode. Now if your resolution is set to 4K, you can try 1920 into 1080p. You can even lower it down. Now over here you can see the VSync. If the VSync is highlighted, you can turn this off. If the VSync is not highlighted, then first of all you turn off frame generation. Now once you select no for frame generation, your VSync will be highlighted and then you can turn off VSync and then you can enable frame generation. Now for FPS limit, if this is set to unlimited, you can try 144 or maybe 120 and then turn off HDR turn off DLSS. In my case, I have turned off NVIDIA DLSS. And then turn off this NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency. If this is on, turn this off. AMD FSR also, I have turned this off. And then if you have the ray tracing over here, disable ray tracing. Now go to graphics over here, apply the changes and then go to graphics. Now over here you can see auto detect quality. If everything is set to like high or maybe ultra, you can set it to medium, or you can even go for low. And over here you can see I have turned this off. You can even turn off the motion blur if you want, and check the performance. Film grain, you can turn this off. Chromatic aberration, you can turn this off and then check. So try to make changes in the graphics settings. Try to lower down graphics settings. So if this is set to like high or ultra, if this is set to ultra, you can try high. You can even go for medium, or even you can go for low quality. And then apply the settings and then check the performance. Now the next step is to update the system BIOS. So go to your system manufacturer website. So if you have a Dell computer, go to Dell website. If you have Lenovo computer, go to Lenovo website. If you have HP computer, go to HP website. So go to your system manufacturer website and then select your model number. Make sure that you select your computer and then find the latest BIOS update available, and then update the system BIOS. Now if you have a laptop, in case of laptop, make sure battery is more than 10% and the AC adapter, the charger, is connected to the computer. And during the BIOS update, your system will restart. Do not unplug the power cable when it's updating the system BIOS. After the BIOS update, log into the computer and then launch the game. Now the last step is to uninstall the game. If nothing is working, you can uninstall the game. Now after you uninstall the game, delete the game files. So go to the game installation folder, delete the game folder, and then restart your computer and then reinstall the game to different drive. If that is SSD, that would be great. So try installing the game to SSD drive and then check. So one of the steps shown in this video should help you to get the game running on your Windows computer. So that'll be all. Thank you so much for your time, and please like this video and subscribe to my channel.